Live, can't really tell. I'm using this new thing here I got here. Uh, I got a Facebook portal, you know, against my. Oh, I see folks coming in here. Let me push this thing back because I can't really see what's happening here. Against my better judgment, although we have been, I mean, you can't really hide nowadays when it comes to tech, when it comes to your phones, when it comes to social media, when it comes to smart TVs, But uh, I got it. So, in order to make some videos out here, can you guys hear me? Let me see if I can, because I'm not seeing your responses here. Let's see. I'm gonna wait for a few people to get on. I just see people joining. Yeah, I do this a little better than that. Get on log from my account. Did you just wake up? Let's see. Sometimes, you know what? Take your shirt off. Yeah. hmm a friend of mine yesterday, I had posted something about uh, what do you call that? Okay, that's good if you can hear me, Joseph. Thank you. I was posting about what happened that me and Julio Varela from Latino Rebels, we spoke about how it was going to affect coronavirus. It was going to affect our communities a lot harder, right? And one of the things that I mentioned was that then when it comes to immigrants, people that don't speak English, right? People that have an accent, that they're going to have a difficult time, especially a lot more. They're going to be dismissed for their symptoms, right? And I posted that on Instagram, and a friend of mine, I made a typo, and a friend of mine, joked about it, sort of like one of the things that I see people doing, and maybe they don't mean to demean, to diminish, but it always comes off that way when someone is saying something serious, especially when you're so involved with the community. People come and joke about it in a way to sort of like derail the conversation, to take you a couple of steps down from what they think is that you don't have any authority within the community. So that's how I see some of the jokes. So Eric, you're lucky. I love you, man. But when it comes to serious conversations, I'm not a fan of those. Uh, anyway, now that I said that, right? One of the things that I want to say, I was gonna write about this too. I was gonna be like, you know what? You should write about this and have some links. But people have been asking me to make more videos, and it's been a while too. Like my allergies are freaking killing me out here. And there are so many things that I wanted to touch on right now, and I thought I wanted to hear people, someone to come with me that can speak about it too, because I don't like to be the only one speaking all the damn time about things, right? Uh, and one of the things that people have been reporting right now, right, people in the media, is that the virus is affecting our communities a lot more. Of course, it's compounding whatever systemic discrimination, systemic racism and sexism and xenophobia that it's already affecting our communities tremendously, like a lot, like very much so, to the point that is asphyxiating us, that is killing us. So on top of that, right, we have a pandemic right now, and the ones that are going to be worse off during the pandemic are black and brown people, right, and immigrants, and people that have Spanish surnames, people that have African surnames. And now, they're reporting today on newspapers that, that it's like Bro Story, for instance, is saying 80 early data reveals that African Americans are contracting and dying of coronavirus at an alarming rate. So that's already telling you right there that what we've been, people have been, what advocates have been saying in social media, on Twitter, right, on Facebook, and experts too from our communities. The thing that you know when it comes to experts in our community, and this has been written about extensively within academia as well, because it's a problem that when they communicate, right, when they say things, they say it in such a way that the majority of our people don't understand it, right, or because of the nature of academia, you're supposed to write in such a detached manner, right, for the most part. And it's one of the things that has happened within our own people, like black or brown people in academia, our own scholars, that there have been dismissed too their studies because they're saying they're too, emotionally attached to what they're writing about. But if usually people who are passionate about what they're studying, they are going to have a better understanding of our communities of what's happening. If you are really passionate about that, that's just something that's obvious. But even them, they have to communicate in such a way that it's the passive voice, right? You know what the passive voice is, that they can't, uh, uh, they can't be too like emotional about it. They can't be angry. They just have to state facts, right? Just like our journalists too, they just have to state facts, and then what advocates, right? We should do talking heads in the media when it comes to blowhards, when it comes to hosts. They're supposed to translate that for our communities, right? But most of them are white, right? Most of them, even the ones that are Hispanic, even the ones that are African American, there's a detachment with our people. There's like a communication problem. And that's one of the reasons why I say that we should have some sort of symbiotic, relationship with academia and advocates, but we just don't like each other for numerous reasons, right? We don't like people who are academics. I don't have an issue with academics, right? I'm friends with a lot of academics, a lot of people that are studying our communities and what's happening within us, right? Within our neighborhoods. I don't have an issue with some do some I do have an issue with because as some of you know, for them it's just about positions of power, accessibility, to whiteness, to white structures, right? Not some. A lot of them are like that, and then there are some who aren't like that, and there are some who come from our community. A lot of them come from our communities, right? And then they reach to a point that they think that speaking to us directly, is beneath them. And I say that we do have to find a way to unite, right? To communicate in a way when it comes to spreading information. Like I read their stuff, I read all their work. I go to the media whenever they're being interviewed. I read their work and I try to translate what they're saying in a voice that a lot of people are going to understand, right? And on the other hand, right, we have a lot of advocates who might be very talented in one area, right? That can be, when it comes to, they can be artists, right? They can be spiritual leaders, right? And then on that side, they adhere to a lot of myths, a lot of dangerous things that they spread within their community.